friends, how are you? I'd like to talk a little bit about building brass endurance today. You can tell in that opening set of long tones that I combined the long tones with slurring, moving my airspeed. And you probably also noticed that in the break points, I kept my embouchure, my corners firm and in the set position, and I took some sipping breaths through my nose. Now, also, when you're in an actual playing situation, that's not how you would breathe, obviously, but I think for this, it's a really great way of keeping that embouchure set throughout your exercises. And I said, like that exercise in entirety, if I go through different positions, could be a minute to 2 minutes. Now, probably the most important thing is when I'm done that exercise is the amount of time that I rest. So the concept of rest as much as you play. So as I said, if it's a 25-second exercise, then rest for 25. If it's a minute, rest for a minute. So that recovery time is very important and crucial to the development of your muscles. It's very similar in the gym. You would never see a weightlifter just continually lift. So the same thing should apply to our playing. Allowing the blood to come back into our muscles and get that sense of freshness throughout your routine or your playing. So whether you're playing Caruso type long tones, something like what I did there, stamp, flow studies, etudes, it's a great way to continue to develop the muscles rather than just playing all at once. I remember when I was younger and having juries and things like that, I would play, and I'd get to the jury and I would always be disappointed with how I played. Similarly, if I have a performance to play at, I don't want to play right up until that performance, because if it's playing for a couple hours, I got to make sure that I'm fresh and I'm ready to go. So I will even cut off my playing in any given day, say from 3 a.m. if I know I have to play at 7 or 8 o'clock that night, just again to get the muscles some time to regenerate. I also want to talk a little bit about this little device by my friend Terry Warburton. It's called a Pete. And this has bailed me out on many of occasions where I either didn't have my horn or I just needed to keep the chops strengthened. And there's really two ways you can use this. This end just goes in between the chops here. You create your embouchure and you hold until you feel the burn, and you'll feel it all back here in the jaw and here with these corner muscles, and what they call the bunny muscles here. And the other way you can use it is this end goes in between the teeth and lips, and you actually will pull away on this part as it's inserted. And again, that gives you a great workout for the chops and helps to keep everything nice and aligned. The other exercise you might want to check out is bending. So do a little bit of it here for you. Really good for strengthening the chops as well. And that in combination with flexibility, which is essentially just taking your basic slurs and speeding them up and getting that tongue level and airspeed and embouchure all coordinating. So those are some ideas you might want to check out in your playing, and look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks.